Sides have advanced to the next stage of the Coupe de France. Well, now it's the two most successful clubs in the history of the competition going head-to-head for the second time in 4 days. PSG against l'OM. There's a look at the starting 11 for Unai Emery and Paris with wholesale changes from Sunday's win over OM. 8 changes in total. Only the captain Thiago Silva, Kylian Mbappe, and Edinson Cavani repeat in the 11. No Neymar, with news breaking that he will be undergoing surgery in Brazil. Meanwhile, there's the starting 11 for Rudy Garcia and l'OM with 5 changes from Sunday's Clásico. Steve Mandanda is back in goal. Abdenor replaces Rolando, who scored the own goal at the weekend. Sarr for Amavi at the fullback slot. Sanson steps in for the captain Dimitri Payet. And Inge gets a big opportunity as he starts.
You would have a big center back that can come in and win the ball in the air. That might be the target of a set-piece situation. PSG don't really have that between Kimpembe and Thiago Silva, so maybe Cavani's the one.
Di Maria, outswinger, edge of the 6-yard box, collected by Yudi, sent goal-bound and parried by Steve Mandanda. A fine effort from the fullback, a finer save from Mandanda.
In the midfield, who'll be well positioned, but he is slow, and he could be susceptible to a quick counterattack with the pace that Marseille have with Sanson, Ocampos, and Thauvin. So we'll see how that plays out.
Giving away in a dangerous spot, quickly forward from Yudi for Di Maria, squared in for Cavani, touched to control and blasted over the crossbar from the Uruguayan.
Quick counterattack by PSG, and I wonder if Di Maria, you don't want to criticize him too much here because he makes the right decision. You see the pass slows up a little bit, maybe wants to lead Cavani a little more, and that might have given Cavani a better angle, but still a quick counterattack. PSG played.
Malta, but given away to Luis Gustavo. Down the line for Clinton Inge. That's a step on Mounier. It's Inge into the box outside of the boot. He tried to lob it over Kevin Trapp. But bending away from goal, it was always going to be difficult.
It's an Inge. Talked about the pace of Di Maria and Cavani. He has a pace advantage over the back line of PSG in the Champions League semifinal.
Mounier, heavy pass as he tried to find Cavani. Draxler, Verratti sends it wide for Angel Di Maria, again working on the right. The overlap from Verratti, Di Maria! Oh! Well, just wide, but not by much.
This is a Di Maria special. Getting it onto his right foot, or excuse me, his left foot, and then scoring. The only player in the world who is better at that is probably Arjen Robben. PSG especially has been impressive in this game.
Rolled back by Cavani for Mounier. Verratti. Hesitation to get past Morgan Sanson. Tried to sneak it through for Cavani. Picked off by Luis Gustavo. Sent back by Thiago Motta. Now Di Maria on his right. Di Maria! Puts it in the back of the net. It's Paris in front. Angel Di Maria in the dying seconds of the opening half. It's PSG 1, OM 0.
This is a well-worked goal by PSG, but quick turnover, and they get it back, and then space in the top of the area, and it's well-placed by Angel Di Maria. Mandanda's mad at himself, but he should not be upset. First, Gustavo with the turnover, trying to get with or connect with Maxime Lopez. Oh, and it takes a deflection off of Adil Rami. That certainly made it more difficult to read the ball for Steve Mandanda. But you don't get those kind of deflections unless you shoot towards goal. Finally, a PSG player showing some ability around the area. Showing
for OM, it's been a relatively comfortable evening for Kevin Trapp. Again, it's Pastore. Sneaks it across, slipping as Edinson Cavani falls for Di Maria, and he doubles the lead. Sakai slips, Di Maria takes advantage. It's PSG 2, OM 0.
It's unlucky for Marseille, but if you're PSG, you have to love it, obviously. But when you are the aggressive side going toward goal, those plays are going to fall in your favor. And once again, it goes the way of PSG. Pastore in the mix, Draxler. Cavani slips. Abdenor missed it. That was the defensive play right there. Abdenor has to clear that ball. He misses it. Sakai slips, and then Mandanda just out of position. You can't blame the goalkeeper there. It went off of the arm of Sakai. Mandanda getting a touch onto it. Poor Steve Mandanda.
Di Maria from the edge of the box on a hat-trick. Di Maria! Inspired on him, Di Maria.
And once again, it's Pastore making the right connections. You have to like the play out wide or the pass out wide by Thiago Motta as well. Pastore and Thiago Motta, two intelligent players in the midfield.
And counting as things seem. Meanwhile, here's Thauvin. Goes for goal. Thauvin near post. And on the wrong side of the post.
It's a perfect opportunity there by Thauvin, but Trapp had it well read. Left-footed, near post, bending.
Campos got there first, but a bit casual from the Argentine. Verratti. Heard the footsteps. Ole Sanson flicked into the area, head over heels. Ooh. And that would have been something from Draxler.
He timed his run. And Verratti saw him making the run. Look at, he burst forward. And maybe he is so fast that he got ahead of himself, and so he had to slow down, hit the brakes. Went for the spectacular. This is great coordination. Oh, look at how close it was. If it was 6 inches to the right. I don't have any other true strikers or attackers on the bench, so if he comes off.
Lovely ball for Verratti, who's paid it forward to find Di Maria, floated in for Pastore. What a save by Mandanda. Super.
We've seen a similar situation. We saw Verratti floated for Draxler, and then Draxler went for the bicycle kick that went, or the overhead kick that went wide, and then once again the floated ball, this time Di Maria, the two Argentines connecting.
Here by Rabiot.
It's Real Madrid. They do things their own way. You got to admire that.
Julian Draxler. Cavani. Left it for Verratti. Scooped into the box. It's Draxler down for Rabiot. Oh, it's Cavani! And there's his goal. 3-0, as it was 3 days ago. Paris 3, OM 0.
This is some brilliant passing, especially in the penalty area. Steve Mandanda, you couldn't do anything about that one. This is just tremendous passing in the area. Verratti. It's Draxler, Cavani, Verratti. Look at this, floated over the top for Draxler, heads it to Cavani. Draxler could have easily turned toward goal, but instead lays it off for Cavani, and 10 times out of 10, he is going to put it over the line into the back of the net. They don't call him El Matador for no reason. He is a killer in the area, and he does it there. But it's brilliant football, a patient build-up by PSG, leading.
One saying after they beat Paris that Madrid were back, and then they lost to Espanyol.
Right.
There's Rabiot streaking forward. Rabiot goes for goal himself, wrong side of the net. Well, he had the run of Cavani, but he wanted his own goal.
Yeah, he had Cavani in the middle. He had Di Maria in the far post. But there was so much space for Rabiot. Takes the head up. But the way Mandanda has been playing and the way he had that near post covered, it was going to be very difficult to get it past Mandanda.
Well, just as it was 3 days back, Paris 3, OM 0, this time in the French Cup, as PSG advance to the semifinals.